Good evening and welcome to this edition of Newsleader. I'm Jim Fuller.
And I'm Amelia Marquez. In tonight's news, Governor Haslam will be traveling the state next month to discuss the state's transportation infrastructure needs. Area county unemployment decreased last month. The city Tullahoma cuts the ribbon on the new Splash Park swimming complex. Police Chief Blackwell is urging motorists to caution in school zones, and the Coffee County Commission passes a resolution to increase court costs. We'll have these stories and more on tonight's Newsleader on 6.
Hello, my name is Ray Norris. I'm a candidate for Alderman in the August 6th election. I'm a 49-year resident of Tullahoma and understand the needs of our city. I have an aerospace business background and worked for Microcraft for 31 years, helping grow that company from a 25-man regional machine shop to a nationally recognized company with over 700 employees. After retiring from Microcraft, I started my own consulting business and have been very active in civic and service organizations, including Rotary, in which I served as district governor for the eastern half of the state. As your alderman, I'll strive to bring new industry and retail business to our city. I'll be accessible and responsive. I'll listen to your concerns and I'll help you find solutions to your problems. I'd be honored to have your vote and serve as your alderman. Thank you.
It's new car discount season at Stan McNabb Chevy, and we have prices that'll beat anybody else. New vehicles up to $17,000 off. Check out this brand new 2015 Chevy Cruze, automatic Bluetooth XM radio, only $16,900. Chevy, Buick, GMC, Cadillac. Stan McNabb has all the new car brands you love in one location. And don't forget, we'll match or beat any dealer's price or give you a check for $500. And check us out online or schedule your service at stanmcnabb.com.
It's time for every family and business in Tullahoma to go green and recycle. Tullahoma Public Works makes it simple and easy to recycle. Just place your recyclable materials, paper, plastic, aluminum, and cardboard beside your garbage container on the same day your garbage is picked up. Your recycled materials don't have to be in a fancy container. Recycling is not only the right thing to do, it makes sense. Recycling pays. Paying to bury our garbage costs each of us. Please do your part. Let's go green, Tullahoma, and recycle.
Welcome back. Tennessee Governor Bill Haslam announced this week that he will be traveling the state with Tennessee Department of Transportation Commissioner John Shore over the next 6 weeks to discuss the state's transportation and infrastructure needs relating to the functionality and capacity of Tennessee's state roads, highways, and safety issues around roads and bridges, and the impact infrastructure has on economic development efforts in urban and rural communities. Governor Haslam said, quote, "Tennessee's transportation and infrastructure system always ranks at or near the top when compared to the rest of the country. We have no transportation debt and we do a great job maintaining our roads, but we know we have challenges on the horizons. We know that we can't depend on the federal government to be the funding partner that it once was. We also know that as our infrastructure ages, maintenance becomes more important and more expensive, and we know that maintaining our roads is only part of the equation. Right now we have a multi-billion-dollar backlog of highway projects across this state that address key access, safety, and economic development issues, and that's only going to grow," end quote.
The 15 meetings will be held throughout August and early September in numerous cities across the state, including Shelbyville. Participants will include state legislatures, mayors, local elected officials, business leaders, Chamber of Commerce executives, and local infrastructure officials. The first meeting will be held Wednesday, August 5th in Memphis. Governor Haslam has suggested a hike in the state's fuel tax, which hasn't been increased in 25 years. House Speaker Beth Harwell believes in short-term fix. Using a current budget surplus might be a better option.
Recently released county unemployment rates for June 2015 show the rates increased in 94 counties and decreased in 1. Only 2 counties had unemployment rates less than 5%, while 91 counties reported rates between 5 and 10%. 2 counties had unemployment rates greater than 10%. Tennessee's overall preliminary unemployment rate for June was 5.7%, 1/10 of 1 percentage point lower than the May revised rate of 5.8%. The U.S. preliminary rate for June was 5.3%, 2/10 of 1 percentage point lower than the previous month. Coffee County unemployment increased from 5.4% in May to 6% in June. 1,530 people are looking for work in Coffee County. Warren County's unemployment rate for June was 6.9%. That's an increase of 1% from the May rate of 5.9%. Grundy County's rate went from 7.5% to 8.5%, while Bedford County increased by 1% to 7.5%. Moore County's unemployment rate went up from 4.5% in May to 5.2% in June. Franklin County also had an increase from 5.2% to 6%. Williamson County had the state's lowest unemployment rate at 4.6%, while Hancock County had the highest at 12.7%.
Lori Todd Woodbury is the recipient of the first annual Megan's Bridge Licensed Practical Nurse to Registered Nurse Program Scholarship. Friends and family of Megan Sharpton recently funded the nursing scholarship in memory of Megan, a nursing student whose life was tragically ended 3 years ago. They described Megan as a compassionate and caring soul. Candidates for the scholarship must be licensed LPN in Tennessee and must demonstrate financial need as evidenced by FAFSA. Todd has been employed as an LPN of Woodbury Health and Rehab since February 2013 and has previously worked at Murfreesboro Medical Clinic. With the help of the scholarship, she will be able to transition to a new career as an RN and plans on using her position to improve her community. Megan's Bridge Scholarship awards up to $1,000 per semester for the 3-semester LPN to RN transition program at Motlow. Anyone interested in contributing to the scholarship fund should contact Jan Rogers, Director of Advancement at Motlow College Foundation at 931-393-1692 or by email at jrogers@mscc.edu.
Stay with us. We'll be back in a moment with more Newsleader on 6.
Trucks, trucks, and more trucks. Russell Barnett Ford of Tullahoma and Winchester is your home for both new and pre-owned trucks. We have a huge selection of over 200 trucks to choose from. Check us out on the web at russellbarnett.com and view our great selection. We are your truck headquarters, and we want to be your one-stop shop. That's Russell Barnett Ford of Tullahoma and Winchester, your truck headquarters. Trucks, trucks, and more trucks. Why buy anywhere else?
Let the Smokehouse be your mountain getaway destination in beautiful Mont Eagle, Tennessee. Enjoy our cabins, restaurant, and old general store. Shop thesmokehouse.com featuring homemade barbecue sauces, jellies, and many other fine Tennessee products. Our live Music on the Mountain series features some of the best local and Nashville talent every Friday and Saturday night, 6:30 p.m. No cover, kids welcome.
If you drive buzzed, it could cost you around $10,000. You'll face major legal fees, major fines, and steep insurance penalties. You could lose everything. Buzzed, busted, and broke. Because buzz driving is drunk driving.
Welcome back. The City of Tullahoma held the official ribbon cutting of the new Splash Park Monday afternoon at D.W. Wilson Community Center. Newsleader's John Gray brings us this story.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the ribbon cutting for the indoor and outdoor swimming facilities in Tullahoma. And it's a good day. Both facilities are open and ready to go now. And we're in the snack bar right now, and the place is filling up, and this is going to be a good day for Tullahoma. And the mayor's arrived, and there's Mike North, President of the Chamber of Commerce, and our aldermen are here. There's Mr. Stanton, and Mr. Mathis, Mr. Duncan, and Mr. Lindeman over there, and Mr. Dave King. So the city is well represented. There's the chief there. So it's a good day. Hi folks, I'm with Kirk Glick now, the Director of Parks and Rec, and this is a great day for him. Kirk, you've got both of your facilities going to open up and get a ribbon cutting today.
That's right. It's been a long time coming, but we're open at both facilities now. The outdoor pool's been open a while, about a month or so now, but the indoor pool, it's just recently opened, so we're happy to have both things up and running now.
And the outdoor pool has found great success over the last month and a half.
That's right. It's been very popular. We've been averaging a little over 500 people a day at the pool, and that's even taken into account some real slow days because of rain and thunderstorms. Our high is 906 people for a day.
Wow.
And we've had several people over the 800 mark, but we scared the 900 mark for several days and then finally broke it at 906.
All right, this is the ribbon cutting for the indoor pool here in Tullahoma, opening up today and after the remodel, and everybody's proud and everybody's excited.
The Tullahoma Area Chamber of Commerce and the city of Tullahoma and all of those people that love to stay wet, especially during weather like this. Let's cut the ribbon of this indoor swimming pool and let's officially kick it off as the new pool. Yay!
All right, ladies and gentlemen, this is the ribbon cutting for the outdoor pool.
On behalf of the Tullahoma Area Chamber of Commerce and the city of Tullahoma, let's cut the ribbon for the big, new, fun, exciting outdoor pool in Tullahoma. Let's cut that ribbon and give a big round of applause.
And that's the ribbon cutting for the outdoor pool.
Tullahoma Mayor Lane Curley also expressed his excitement about the new facility at the City Board of Mayor and Alderman meeting Monday night.
I'm pleased to report Mr. Glick sends me almost weekly the attendance, and we've had, counting today, we've had almost 20,000 people go through Splash Island.
That's great.
And we've still got, of course, another month of part-time that it will be open since school starts on Wednesday. So that was pretty incredible. I think it's certainly exceeded my expectations, and just about everybody I've talked to has had a good time. I also want to remind you that on Saturday mornings from 8 a.m. until 10 a.m. at Splash Island is a time designated for individuals with special needs. So if you can reach out to individuals that might have a family member or whatever with special needs, or any organizations. I believe we had about 10 people there the first Saturday, which was just the day after it was announced, and then on Saturday we had approximately 20 people there. So I think that's a good thing. I appreciate Mr. Glick and Mr. Baltz and others for helping pull all that together.
We'll be back in a moment after these messages.
Here at Stan McNabb Collision Center, we work with all major insurance companies, and we get the job done right the first time, on time.
Well, I grew up in Tullahoma. We'd always done business with Stan McNabb, so when we needed collision service after a run-in with a deer, we knew to call those guys. We already had trust with them. We called Cody. He took great care of us. He kept us posted every step of the way, and we couldn't have been more pleased.
Getting your vehicle back to pre-loss condition shouldn't be a headache. So in event of an accident, contact me, Cody Hall, at Stan McNabb Collision Center.
All right, the cat's out of the bag at Carroll Street Liquor in Tullahoma. Now you know where to go if you're planning a get-together and want the ideal wine or spirit. Party planning can be stressful, but at Carroll Street Liquor you'll find everything you need. Mixers, gift sets, and all of your favorite spirit brands. So if you're feeling the pressure to pull off the ideal party, come to Carroll Street Liquor and select among the seemingly endless supply of wines, spirits, gift sets, and more. Your perfect party, it's in the bag with Carroll Street Liquors.
A world without breast cancer is a world with more birthdays. And signing up for the Making Strides Against Breast Cancer Walk will help us get there faster. The American Cancer Society invests in groundbreaking breast cancer research, and we're part of every community. In fact, 1 in 2 women newly diagnosed with breast cancer turns to us for support. Sign up today at makingstrideswalk.org. Together, we can finish the fight against breast cancer.
Welcome back. Tullahoma City Schools opened for the fall term on Wednesday. Police Chief Blackwell stopped by our studio to offer some suggestions to motorists about driving safety in school zones.
That time of the year where the parents are maybe doing the happy dance,
yeah,
and the kids are doing the I don't want to do it, and that's go back to school. And you know, a lot of things will change, not just the kids going to school, but our traffic flow will increase greatly. What we do want to remind people is that the school will be back in session. That means there'll be school zones in the morning and in the afternoon, and all of our school zones are designated by the yellow flashing overhead lights. And when those are on, the speed limit's 15 miles an hour. And we know that's going to be a big adjustment for people. For the last 2.5 months, they haven't had to worry with that. And now all of a sudden tomorrow, and especially if you don't have kids,
right?
You know, you're going to find yourself going down the road and wondering, why are these cars driving so slow as you're passing? And it's not uncommon to be on Jackson Street and be going the 15 miles an hour, and a car passes you a little bit faster, and we stop them, or I stop them because I'm in an unmarked car. And they, you know, and they'll tell you, I was wondering why everybody was driving so slow. There's an adjustment, and we understand that, and we're not looking to slam somebody the first or second day.
Yeah.
But you know, people have to be aware the speed limits will change during those times. And with that, of course, a lot of our students, it's still nice weather. They're going to be walking to school, riding their bikes. Parents will be walking with them. So around our schools, pedestrian traffic will increase as well.
Yeah, and that's pretty important, because I guess in these school zones, 15 miles an hour is quite appropriate, because you, especially with smaller children, you have no idea what they might do if they're walking or on a bicycle or something.
And the school
like that.
zones are really a short distance, so it's not like you're traveling a mile or 2 miles at 15, like you're on the interstate and you're going 15, you think, this is taking forever. You know, our school zones are relatively short, so it's not that big of a distraction or disruption to slow down and to watch the kids, because you're right. A lot of our children, maybe elementary age, you know, they're excited. They're excited to be going to school, excited to see their friends, and you never know when one might dart out in the street or, you know, try to cross at somewhere they shouldn't be crossing at.
Right.
So yes, it's definitely important that drivers be attentive and follow the 15 mile an hour speed zone.
Who sets the speed zones? Does the city do that? Or?
There's a state law that sets a speed zone, but then it gives latitude to the city to where they can adjust their speed limits. If you're in some locations where maybe the school is out on a 4-lane road or something, your school zone may be a little bit higher, but because all of ours are located within the city and congested, that all of ours are posted at 15 miles an hour.
And I'm sure that your officers will routinely patrol these school zones to make sure people are complying with
and they will. It's kind of an instruction to them, is that, you know, each officer works a particular zone, and whatever school is in your zone, you're responsible for patrolling that school zone in the morning and the afternoon, to ensure that people are following the traffic regulations.
I think also you have crossing guards in most, if not all, of the schools.
We do. We have a crossing guard at each school. We have a total of 8 crossing guards. We only have 7 schools. There's one school out at East Lincoln where we have 2 crossing guards. And they're kind of our eyes and ears as well. If there is a traffic problem, if someone is repeatedly speeding through the school zone, they see them. And they will let us know that, hey, we've got this little red Toyota that comes in every morning and, you know, lickety-split.
Yeah.
So we'll get out there and we'll start looking for them. So our crossing guards are very important to us. Their job is to get the students across the street. They're not really traffic control directors, but a lot of times they do get involved in stopping vehicles and helping the flow of traffic, but people should not expect that of them. It's not really what their duty is, but we appreciate they take the initiative to help get the traffic flowing. Now the downside, if you get a ticket, it's $165. And you know, there's not many of us that just have $165 sitting in your pocket to give up for speeding.
We'll be right back in a moment.
All I have to do to think about what I was physically before and what I am now, and I don't ever want to go back to that original situation.
The overall mission of the rehab team is always what is best for the patient and how we can facilitate maximum potential from every resident.
Well, the most important thing to me is that I'm allowed to do whatever I want to do, you know.
Everyday miracles at Life Care Center of Tullahoma.
We're losing it, doctor.
Not on my shift. Quickly, brush. Roller.
What a transformation. It's gonna be okay.
Okay, nothing.
At Paintworks of Tullahoma, we specialize in domestic emergencies with Martin Senior Paints. You can be the paint doctor too when you treat your home with Martin Senior interior and exterior finishes.
Doctor, we've got another one.
Got you covered.
Paintworks of Tullahoma. Come see the paint doctor, Stat.
How can toys like these lead to a 6-year-old's death and leave another child permanently brain damaged? Because they're not toys at all. A safety message from your local fire department and this station.
Welcome back. The Coffee County Commission passed a resolution Tuesday night which will impose $12.50 in additional court costs to supplement funding for legal representation for indigent defendants in criminal proceedings. Newsleader's CJ Henry was at the meeting and brings us this video.
When these funds get to a certain level that I can hire an employee, what is their status? Are they considered a state employee or are they considered a county employee? And I talked to Jeff Henry, who's the executive director of the Public Defenders Conference, and he clarified that for me. He said that they are considered county employees, so they'd be subject to all the rules of the county. And what we would do before we would hire anybody in our office is to make sure that the $12.50 money was sufficient to handle not only that person's salary, but also any contingencies that might come up. It would be sufficient to handle any medical insurance, any premium costs, any of that stuff, and then have plenty in reserve to make sure that there would never be any cost to the county. This has been done in several different counties, and the executive director has assured me that it has worked well. And so I just wanted to pass that on to the commission.
Mr. Chairman, I'd like to add an amendment to the resolution. I'd like to add an additional whereas that would read, upon the hiring of any new employee who would be designated as a county employee, the $12.50 additional charge would pay all salary and benefits for the employee with no additional cost to the county.
To start with, I'd like to use the funds to help get contract investigative services. We have so many cases right now that unfortunately the vast majority of them do not get the investigative assistance that we should be putting into them. So by having this money, I can hire contract attorneys on investigators on a contract basis, and they would not be considered county employees. They would be independent contractors, so none of the legalities that would come up with an employee would be involved. Once the $12.50 money, if and ever, gets up to a point that it's sufficient to hire an employee, at that point, that's when I would look to hire additional office staff.
Upon passing tonight, how quickly could this be enacted?
Sir, I don't know the answer to that at this point.
Does it have to go through the state, or is it an operational thing in the county?
No, it's an operational thing just within the county. It doesn't. I know it doesn't have to go to the state. I'll have to talk to Ms. Duncan and see when exactly it would go into effect.
Yeah, and I was just running the $100,000 goal to $100,000. That means about 8,000 cases a year. That just seems like a lot.
That is a lot. That is a lot of cases. And that's why I've come to you, because we've been handling about 4,500 cases a year.
We're ready to vote on the motion as amended. Yes, thank you.
The pet of the week this week at the Tullahoma Animal Shelter is a terrier mix named Dean. Dean entered the shelter as a stray, is approximately 8 months old and weighs about 25 pounds. Dean is good with other dogs and children. He's had some vaccinations and will receive a free neuter provided by the Tullahoma Animal Shelter. Be sure to check out the Tullahoma Shelter on Facebook for upcoming events and fundraisers. Remember, you can help support your local shelter by adopting, donating, or volunteering. For more details, contact Teresa at 454-9580. The Tullahoma Animal Shelter is located at 942 Maplewood Avenue.
The Coffee County Humane Society featured pets this week are Josh and Joy. They were picked up as strays in the Hillsborough area and need a loving home. The shelter also has many other dogs available for adoption at 1210 Oakdale Street in Manchester. Hours of operation at the shelter are 7:30 a.m. to 2:30 p.m. Monday through Friday. The shelter's phone number is 723-2730. Donations for animal care can be made at the Coffee County Humane Society, P.O. Box 252, Manchester. Their website is www.coffeehumane.org.
Stay with us. Your weather forecast is coming up next.
The Kia Summers on Us sales event is going on right now at Russell Barnett Kia of Tullahoma. Let me tell you about this event. Purchase a new Kia Sedona, Kia Optima, Kia Forte and receive 0% financing up to 66 months and your first 3 payments for free. For a limited time only, no strings attached. With America's best warranty, the 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain warranty, Kia is the power to surprise. The Kia Summers on Us sales event going on right now. Why buy anywhere else?
When your family suffers the loss of a loved one, the caring and compassionate staff at Tullahoma Funeral Home and Coffee County Funeral Chapel are standing by to assist you in every way possible. We are proud to support local industry and offer only Batesville caskets. Many funeral homes don't own or operate a crematory. We utilize the only crematory in Coffee County. Your loved one never leaves Coffee County. We can accommodate any need and any budget. Consider our complete pre-need service to remove this burden from your family during their time of grief. Lock in today's low costs and protect from inflation. Tullahoma Funeral Home and Coffee County Funeral Chapel. Our family caring for your family.
So you've been meaning to do something healthy, commune with nature, get outdoors and meet new people. We have the perfect solution. Come hike with us. You can find a Tennessee Trails Association chapter near you, including Clarksville, Columbia Franklin, Cove Lake, Highland Rim, Jackson, Knoxville, Oak Ridge, Martin Weakley, Memphis, Murfreesboro, Nashville, Plateau at Crossville, Rugby in the Big South Fork, and Upper Cumberland. We're on the web at TennesseeTrails.org. It's fun, it's stress-free, and it's good for you. See you on the trails.
Welcome back. We'll take a look at your weather forecast at this time, starting with your weather history on this day. Our record high was in 1952 at 101 degrees. The record low was in 1965 at 55 degrees. Average high on this day is 88 and the average low is 67. Tonight, look for mostly clear weather in your forecast with a low of around 64. Mostly sunny weather expected on Friday with a high of 86 and a low of 65. Mostly sunny weather continuing in your forecast for Saturday with a high of 88 and a low of 67. And that's our newsletter report for this evening. We invite you to join us each Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday at 6, 8, and 10 for Newsleader on 6. You have a good evening.
And from all of us on Newsleader 6 wishes you and your families an enjoyable weekend. Thank you.